Hello, friends. Happy Friday. Welcome. I know you feel like you haven't seen us for a little bit. What were we doing? Oh, we were on vacation. We went to Arizona and it was lovely. But we're back and we're ready to get started and all of that stuff. Hi, honey.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's it going?
Good.
I'm good. I'm trying to get this to work over here. You talk. I'm just trying to get this to
Well,
work.
like
Yeah.
I'm the old man.
I'm the MC. Cheers.
And we're the old man and the MC. And we don't even remember how to do most of this stuff. It's been a whole
It's been forever.
month.
Yeah.
Do we have any visitors, listeners?
Yeah, we do. Well, I'm just trying to get it
to
go. I'm trying to get it to happen. So you just keep talking.
Okay.
Keep chatting.
Well, let me see if I can remember. So, oh, look. I'm wearing my vintage 1951 t-shirt.
Nice. I like that shirt.
Isn't that a nice one?
Yeah.
I got that for
Hi, Julie. Hi, Joe.
my
Hi, Brian.
birthday.
Hi, Linda.
All right. Where's
Hello.
Bob and Ellen? Okay,
Yeah.
Who knows?
We've missed you too, Joe.
Yes, we have so missed you.
We want to send just a little special shout out to our friend Linda who had hip replacement.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say this before Bob comes on because he just had it too. Linda who had hip replacement and then it broke she had to have fixes. So we're glad you're here, Linda.
But hopefully they're giving her some really good medication.
Yeah, when we talked last, she had a little morphine, and I love the morphine.
I believe in medication. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I thought I'd start out this evening with, what's that new segment called? The headline says it all. We're just going to zip through a few headlines with a little commentary, but not a heck of a lot.
Brian said you had rocks replacement. I got your rocks.
If we didn't desperately need an audience, I would.
I'd ignore that guy.
Ignore him, exactly. So anyway.
I have a text.
Go
ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
We got to... So we were gone during
we have 8 people watching
this whole freaking Suez thing. So there were a few, I ran across a few headlines.
Yeah.
One is UK facing garden gnome shortage following the Suez Canal fiasco.
That was
So you go to the United Kingdom, and this has to also do with the pandemic. People... They couldn't go out a lot. They want to do stuff in their gardens.
Decorate the yard a little bit.
And so they're working on their gardens. They get they say, oh, I think we should get a garden now.
We need a garden now.
Hey, definitely. Let's do that. Well, all the garden gnomes were apparently stuck in the Suez Canal. So...
a whole shipload.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
I told Edie this story. She was very unhappy
about that,
about the gnome shortage. Edie is a fan of the gnome.
Well, Brian would probably sympathize more with the people of the Netherlands because also there was a Suez Canal crisis now blocking a huge shipment of erotic toys from reaching the Netherlands.
Dang,
so just gives you
it's safe to go out.
Just gives you a sense of the difference between the people of Britain and the people of Netherlands and what they're thinking about.
Oh my God, those container ships, those things are huge. That is a lot of sex toys in just one little container.
I didn't read these are things that was like, whoa, I think I got all the information I got.
A tiny house filled with sex toys. Because a container on the containers, the ships,
Mm-hmm.
they use those as tiny houses now.
Yeah.
That is a lot of sex
they
toys.
definitely do. And so, but we'll get back to we're going to come back to the Suez Canal momentarily. But now another headline. My Pillow, free speech social network will ban posts that take the Lord's name in vain. And my response was,
what?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
The guy from the My Pillow is starting his own network.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and he can't. Nobody.
You can't say like God damn it on that. But I actually
Well, can you say God bless America? Because that's taking the Lord's name in vain.
Is it? I don't really know, but I've decided to ban his name, which I fortunately don't know. Yeah. Don't even say it if you know it.
My Pillow guy.
The My Pillow guy. Or his image, his picture.
His image,
on
his
our
name,
show.
his product, nothing.
Well,
unless he comes with $4 million.
We can still make fun of him, but we just, I'm tired of that
Pillow guy
crap. Okay. Next, we're thinking about maybe a job for Brian.
Okay.
A little side job for Brian. I'd have to go down to Florida, but the Florida House has passed a bill banning transgender women student athletes, but they allow for genital inspection. So maybe Brian could become a genital inspector.
Really,
that's Florida. Are you surprised?
That is. Oh my God, I can't even.
Okay. But, there are other places that are becoming more progressive.
Well,
I just want to tell you. No, not Oklahoma. I agree. But I think the state of Mississippi might be loosening up a little because they now have a law banning shackling inmates during childbirth.
Well, welcome to 1784.
Yeah, so that's good.
Oh my God!
Because who needs that? Really?
I think Mississippi's not the only place that does that, actually.
Yeah, but they just passed a law that says you can't do it. You can no longer shackle your inmates during childbirth. Now,
don't even get me started.
Okay. Now remember, we're in, the headline says it all, but
Hi, Ellen.
So here's Ellen is here.
Okay, Brian says he applied for the job in high school and he got slapped.
Yeah, in Monty. Yeah.
In Monty.
Okay, yes. So this next one, the world's biggest rabbit was stolen from a home in Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Where the Worcestershire sauce was invented. And you think, oh, well, big deal. But no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you think, oh, big deal, until you see the freaking rabbit. It's like, look at this
gigantic
rabbit. No, that's like, okay.
That is one big-ass rabbit.
Okay, now I get it. Yeah. Like, who stole it? How did they steal it? What did they want it for?
I know.
I think there's some kind of a reward. So if you run across this giant rabbit, you might want to see if you can get in. It's like 1,000 pounds.
Maybe it's just out on spring break.
Who knows?
Rabbits in spring.
Now this was a little odd. So the golfers had to consult a rule book after a ball landed on an alligator's back at a South Carolina golf course.
I wonder if it was at Hilton Head.
Well, I don't know exactly where it was, but there it is right there.
For the love of yikes.
So, playing that one, as I say, I didn't read
I just can't get over that.
No, I didn't read the...
and it didn't move. It hit it and it didn't move. I wonder if it hit the dirt and then just kind of boop.
Maybe, but it's got those little things on its back.
Well,
so
you could tee it off of that pretty well.
Well, if you're a right-hander, if you're a left-hander, you're going to be getting a little close to the alligator's mouth, So,
yeah, probably.
So that's...
Those things are fucking cool.
Exactly. So that's just a brief The headline says it all, or pretty much a couple of pictures might
those
help
say
sometimes, but that's about it.
Huseby says replace your divot.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah. Okay, oh, Huseby, yay, Huseby's here. All right, Huseby.
I'm wondering if the alligator was in England recently.
Why is that?
Because maybe he ate that rabbit.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's more like, maybe a boa constrictor got it.
Oh, maybe.
Or a python. Because Florida actually has lots of pythons, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
We read a whole story about that. Okay, so let's get back to the Suez here, because people are now writing erotic fan fiction about the ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal.
Talk about your double meanings.
Oh, well, let's just do that. But first of all, perhaps what we need is just a little...
Do you need that sound?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Okay. Wow,
wow. Okay, wait a second. Hang on.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Hang on.
And while Dan's trying to fix this, I was like, how the hell did this guy get this stuck? Well, if you haven't heard, there was a sandstorm and he got blown sideways during a sandstorm. Now, that is one gigantic sandstorm.
Wasn't a woman the
guy
captain?
or woman? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, is that some sort of a joke?
No, I don't think so. Okay. But, so we got some, titles. So the name of the ship was the Ever Given.
Yep.
Okay, so somebody wrote a story called The Ever Taken. Okay. But Inside You for Days is... So, Canal of Pleasure with C-A-N-A-L.
I get it.
Okay, good.
You looked at me like...
The Suez Canal was lonely and longing for a lover until the Ever Given, with a bulbous bow, wedges into her walls with the promise to provide the contact the canal has been deprived of for decades, before finally being pulled out.
People are desperate for entertainment.
XX extra wide cargo stuffs a major shipping lane, delivers huge payload.
I have so many comments.
Please feel free to make
what they
them,
say about
or just write a story, Okay, so that's, we'll move on.
Brian says anything to get to the smutty stuff.
Look, it's Brian's, over and over, comes back, Brian's is admonition to give the people what they want. Yes, and by the people, apparently he means himself.
Yeah.
Because he's all...
Yeah.
He might be interested in this next article, too, if I can figure out where I have it. Now, let me turn off a couple of...
I would talk about something.
No,
I should talk about
why
something
don't you talk about something while I'm trying to figure out exactly what's
going on.
Well,
I'm coming to the end of the rhubarb gin, which is good
how is
because
it?
the rhubarb is coming back.
Okay.
It's good. The first batch I made last year was way better than the second batch.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And it had to do with the gin I used, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Yeah, you've got to get the right... So we haven't had it... What?
Brian says
he wants the dancing. So he's into the dancing. Okay, so there was a baby in Iraq, was the first human documented with 3 penises.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, this was Brian's high school dream. Okay.
I wonder what they do.
I think they just cut a couple of them off. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. But
they just cut 2 off.
So, actually, having 2 penises is known as Phalia. Okay.
Too.
And that actually occurs 1 in every 5 or 6 million births.
Wow.
Yeah. So actually, if you're a guy, you're more likely to have 2 penises than to get that Johnson & Johnson blood clot. I did the math
you
on
did
that.
The math. You're a math teacher.
That's my job. So, and have you ever talked to anybody with 2 penises, or said they had 2 penises? Or,
I think that's a little personal.
Yeah. What Mongo? What was up with Mongo? Ask Brian. He might know. Okay. All right. So that's that.
Well, I'm just so. I wonder what they do. I'm gonna have to follow up on the story because it makes me curious.
No, I think they just get rid of one or something.
Well, they must have to do X-rays and see which ones.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah. So
we're just here to report salacious headlines, not give you any information.
Exactly. Who needs it? Information. Who needs it? There's way too much information going around. If you ask me.
Here. Okay.
So universities have insisted it's elitist to mark down bad spelling. What do you think about that?
Brian wants to know why you only got half penis.
He only got one?
You only got one. It's not elitist. I mean, I think that you should pay attention to your spelling. I'm the world's worst speller. But I don't think when somebody points it out.
Well, it just so happens that I was going to maybe show a bad speller.
That gal can't spell. I am really a poor speller.
Whoops, sure. No, we don't want that. Come on.
Just leave the picture of me up there.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But we're going to, there you are, looking over my shoulder. There she is.
What did
okay,
the Blomboid said? I misspelled misspell once in a letter.
That's a classic. Yeah, the Blomboids are into doing everything. Well, they score high in the test, so they like the tests,
Yeah, I can't spell. It's genetic.
Okay, well, many people are upset because university tutors are being told not to deduct marks for spelling mistakes.
No, I think they should.
Well, it has been decided that insisting on good English might be seen as homogeneous North European white male elite.
Northern European white male elite.
That describes me to a T. Well, maybe not elite, but all the other stuff. So anyway, it will instead encourage students to develop a more authentic academic voice that celebrates rather than obscures their particular background or characteristics. This isn't a spelling thing, but you recently had an encounter with non-standard punctuation, and you were well, that's my thought. Is the idea is to get across your meaning. I got shut down for not using the standard method, even though in my opinion the method I chose was more clear.
Right.
Okay, now
and yours was more punctuation.
Now our
spelling.
good friend
Brian says he hates bad spelling.
Fuck you. Okay, so
he didn't capitalize his I, so I guess
hate what about
punctuation?
Bad punctuation.
No,
yes.
That's not punctuation.
Well,
is there going to be an outdoor shower segment in this episode?
Of course, there always is. So now our good friend, Professor Casal.
Professor Casal,
I promise,
as he was referred to
yes,
this
indeed, Professor Casal was referred to. He never uses a capital letter. He's everything he writes.
He's the E.E. Cummings of script writing.
Yeah. And like you see this thing, I've seen it numerous times where people say, "Oh, well, if you don't use capitalization, you can't tell if you want to help my Uncle Jack off his horse or you want to help my Uncle Jack off his horse." So
You've just been waiting to.
It just occurred to
Your
me
sister
that
Katie had that on her Facebook page.
I know I've seen it many times. But first of all, how often does it come up whether you want to help your Uncle Jack off his horse or your Uncle Jack off his horse? First you
I say get a new uncle either way.
Like, if you're going to help your Uncle Jack off his horse, what the hell is wrong with you?
I think that's even illegal in Mississippi.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. But the thing is, like, that's the only example they come up with whether you need capitalization or not. And like, if that's your only example, give me a break.
Come up with a better one.
Well, there's not a better one. I will grant you that.
I guess I couldn't have used that in the 7th grade.
But no, I would say, and there are all kinds of exceptions. It's like, but this one guy says,
I just read an article this week that talked about the four things in.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
In written language that we're ignoring these days. Mm-hmm. That have become so old-fashioned we don't care anymore. Like ending the sentence in with a preposition, or people are over the Oxford comma. I love the Oxford comma. Knock that shit off.
But the preposition thing, if you had to think about that all the time, this would be the kind of impertinence up with which I would not put.
You mean I spent all that time in 9th grade learning on, in, into, over, under, to, at, by, for, from, of, off, upside, downside. I spent all that time learning those prepositions and the phrases for nothing.
Let's hear from Professor Alan Smithers, whose name is
Smithers.
Alan Smithers.
Okay.
He's an education expert at Buckingham University.
Buckingham.
What does he say? He says, inclusive assessment makes me want to weep.
Oh.
Yeah. Exams are there to discriminate between those who can and those who cannot.
Well, yeah.
Including being able to say clearly what you mean, he insists. So, to me, there's two different things.
Uh-huh.
One is, all the punctuation and the spelling and all. And we get spell check, although, so there's that part, but there's, like, what you actually mean. So, like, if you say what you actually mean, and I get it, I don't really care about the other stuff so much. But if you want to do a grade for what it is, what your ideas are, as opposed to a grade with, people are getting bored, I'm sure, of like all that other crap, great.
Yeah.
But, so that's all I
Huseby says, me too.
All right. Whatever
it's the Me Too
I'm not sure what he
grammar.
means, but I'm sure that's exactly correct.
He put the correct one.
Okay. All right. Now,
he used the also.
Did I miss something here?
Brian wants Mongo to be a guest host for Dan.
Yeah.
I don't think we could find Mongo.
Okay. So
my college.
We're just going to... Okay, go ahead. Okay.
My college... well, that's in a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully by then...
the pandemic will be over?
The pandemic will be over. Yeah, I don't know where Mongo is.
Brian could go...
When your name is Mike Miller and you're from northern Indiana...
Mike Miller from Muncie?
No, there's a million. I had 4 friends whose names were Mike Miller.
Okay, so... there was a Sri Lanka beauty queen who was injured after Miss World stole her crown.
What?
Okay, yeah, I seem to have kind of skipped over the article or something. I don't see it here, but I know the gist of what happened here.
Miss World, is she a brute?
Well,
she put the beat down
I don't know.
Sri Lanka.
So anyway, she okay.
Well, that's not going to happen here. Gretchen Carlson will knock your
So anyway,
ASS straight.
Let's do this.
Notice how I picked Gretchen Carlson? Boom, right?
Just like that.
Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a gift.
So
really.
Anyway, here's the deal. You can see it here, kind of.
Okay.
So this gal, Miss Sri Lanka or something, she won.
Yeah.
Okay. but but then Miss World, and they pinned this tiara on her.
Good on you, tiara.
Okay, they pinned the tiara on her, and yeah. So, oh no, that's not right.
I have
Sorry.
Tiara.
Yeah. So anyway, here's a little bit of more close up. So you see the pin, but this is actually Miss World taking all the pins out and taking it off of her. You see the woman on the right who's kind of weepy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she was the runner-up.
Oh.
Okay. And Miss World says that they have a rule against, or it's Mrs. World, pardon me, Mrs. World. They have a rule against being divorced. Okay.
I don't.
Okay. To win the Mrs. World. But the Miss Sri Lanka who won the world, new Mrs. World, says, I'm not divorced, I'm just separated from my husband. And so there was a big kerfuffle, and they took the crown. Mrs. World took the crown, or the former Mrs. World took the crown off the new Mrs. World and put it on the weepy girl on the right. But
bitches are going to throw down in the contest now.
But then what they did is they gave it back to her because she was, she was just separated.
And the weepy girl still.
So that means like Patty could have been Mrs. World for like 10 years.
Yeah. The amount of time it took you two to divorce.
If there's anybody who thinks of herself as Mrs. World, let's just say.
Okay, this whole story was just so Dan could get a dig in on Patty.
No. That was not my original intention, but it worked out nicely.
Okay,
all right.
I have a couple of comments here.
Okay.
Colleen demands 2 spaces after every period.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting over that, but it's hard to get over it.
Yeah. And Brian Lambert says, does Dan still wear his crown in the bathroom?
MC's more the tiara.
I have a
tiara.
Actually.
Yeah, she does.
I'm not sure if I packed it yet.
Okay.
By the way, if you know anybody who's in the market for a 3-bedroom condo, call me up.
Yeah, yes, indeed. This is the place to live.
This is the place to live.
Yeah. All right, so moving on from the Mrs. World, I seem to have lost the whole thing, but custom caskets add fun to final farewells.
I have seen this.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen where people have written on caskets with Sharpies. Do you have other more elaborate?
Yeah, this is definitely more elaborate than that. What?
Brian said, Brian, this is good. Brian said Patty was Mrs. World. Dan was Mr. Somali in Richfield. I like it.
To our colors red and white, may they with our spirits fly. May we ever fight for rich.
Stop. Huseby says the fighting portion of the beauty contest. He likes that idea.
Yeah.
A fighting portion.
I think they should add that in.
MMA.
And, kind of combine the swimsuit and the fighting.
Mixed martial arts.
Maybe, or mud wrestling in. It's just like, I don't know.
So almost much stuff you could do.
Anything I say right now is probably not appropriate. But anyway, custom caskets are add to final farewells. Okay, so this guy thinks, I can't remember what he'd like. He said, I don't want just a plain brown casket. He said, well, man. So he comes up with this idea, and his wife. I think the fire truck was like one of them, but here's an example. So here's
Elton John's going to be buried in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Billy Joel.
Yeah. You got your whole keyboard there. That's really cool. So that's a possibility. And so, or if you love Legos.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great? Yeah. So this guy gets a few, he takes this kind of regular casket and he tricks it all out for people who are interested. And then you got the option of being buried in this casket or just having it, what do you call it, when they burn it up?
Cremated.
Cremated, yeah.
Brian says body contoured caskets. We call those mummies.
Yeah, they also he said the hardest one they did was one that was supposed to look like a donut. Like a cream-filled donut. I'm not exactly sure how they worked that out. I didn't get that picture.
This is a great story because of our conversation this week and last week where we talked about what you were going to put on your gravestone.
Oh, yeah.
Dan wants, it is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. My very favorite current aphorism.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, put on my gravestone, would you just put, it is what it is? Yeah, that's great.
I like the personalization aspect. My dad had a really good friend that he was in the police academy with. The guy's name was Dick Badix. And Dick had, instead of having a headstone, he had a bench. And on the bench it says, have a seat on Dick Badix.
Okay, I'm just going to go back here because...
that
was good. That was good, but it just reminded me... No, it just reminded me that if we go back to our Suez Canal, they did say... what did they say? You could have some deck pics.
I get him.
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
Get it.
Good. So anyway, but if you want to go a little simpler than say the Lego casket, well, Colorado is looking into this, legalizing human composting. Yeah, your dead body could actually become garden soil.
Well, don't we do that in Minnesota? I think you can have your body.
No, the only other
be with a tree.
No, the only other one where they actually compost humans, I think, is Washington State has.
Oh,
but
I thought I saw it on the internet.
Well, you may have. I don't know, but it's quite a complex process. But it apparently it uses less energy, and the great thing is like in Colorado, it would be the perfect thing because. Like it was like, what are you smoking? Oh, that's a Mary Jane. Like, no, that's actually Mary Jane. I'm smoking. I tell you. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Brian's comment was, "Here lies Dan. His last joke killed him."
It's coming up.
That's good.
That's coming up here very soon, Brian. I wouldn't be too eager to get to the joke portion.
This is what your tombstone is going to say.
Oh, his Joe's tombstone.
My lips aren't working.
Yeah, well, that's not a great, So here's the deal. Okay, I had one more thing that I was going to do.
We're going on.
No, that's why I'm not. It's just like a headline that because it's just like pepperoni rolls are one step closer to becoming West Virginia's official state food. And who needs to say anything more about that, really? I can hardly wait till the pepperoni roll. Because do we have a state food? I don't know.
Yeah, we do. It's the blueberry muffin.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But,
well, that might just be our state muffin.
Pepperoni rolls, yeah.
Okay,
come for the coal mines, stay for the pepperoni rolls. That's what I would say. That is
their new advertising gimmick.
I think it probably is. So anyway,
Brian wants to know if we composted you, if we'd grow mushrooms.
Probably.
Mushrooms,
yes, indeed. All right, so maybe it's time for a joke. Okay. Oh, I forgot. We missed the. There was a thing. Another thing I missed. It was on a professional cuddler.
A job I could do.
Yeah, well, I was thinking
a professional cuddler.
Brian could. Yeah, like this woman hired a professional cuddler, $80 an hour.
Oh, I'd do it for $50.
And okay. And thank you. Yeah, could you do it for? Could you do it for like 15?
Yeah, I'll do it for 15.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So anyway, yeah, she hires this guy at $80 an hour, and her husband says, "It's fine with me. I just want to make sure you're happy." He's not like,
oh, hell to the no. You're not hiring a
Sharon Stone. Yeah, yeah, probably not. Okay, yeah. Who would? This is a little survey. Who would you hire as your professional cuddler? Brian Lambert. We already know his answer is Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara.
Okay, so let's see.
West Virginity, coal mines, opioids, and pizza rolls. That was Brian.
That's nice. I like that. Okay.
I like that slogan.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, so there's Brian is out at sea on our pal Brian. He's an adventurer. He's an explorer.
He is an adventurer.
He travels the world. He's got great pictures from everywhere. So he's out on, but the ship capsizes, and there's only 3 survivors who make it to a desert island.
Oh.
Brian, a pig, and a dog.
Well, at least you have bacon.
But they just hang around.
Yeah.
But they kind of they're on the they have a kind of a sunset ritual. They go down to watch the sunset. It's quite lovely.
Yeah, I imagine
every night they go down and they watch the sunset. But one particular evening, the sky is red with these perfect cirrus clouds, and there's a warm, gentle breeze. It's kind of like a perfect night for romance.
Oh.
Brian, he kind of looks over at the pig, and he's kind of getting excited. So he just kind of looks over and he puts his arm around the pig. Well, the dog starts to growl fiercely, and he's really angry and jealous, and Brian takes his arm away.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of it's an unpleasant incident, but they just kind of let it pass.
They sweep it under the rug.
Exactly, and they continue doing their normal routine of going down and watching the sunset. Well, a few weeks later, there's another shipwreck, and the only survivor is this beautiful gal.
Oh.
And she's in bad shape, but they nurse her back to health. And so after a while they kind of introduce her to the ritual.
Right.
And a couple of weeks into that, there's another perfect, lovely evening with the cirrus clouds are red, a gentle breeze. It's a perfect night for romance. And Brian starts, kind of feeling those feelings again, and he kind of leans over to the gal and he says, "Would you mind taking the dog for a walk?"
Brian, he's your best friend. I did not make that joke up.
So this has been The Old Man and the MC, brought to you by herpes. Don't leave home without it. And furthermore, whoa, time to go. Sorry, it's been great. We've been gone a while, but we'll be back again. See you later.
See ya.
How do we turn this thing off? Okay.
Oh no, how do we stop? We forgot how to stop it. Don't
Jesus
we just go
Christ.
like this?